IT staff who are managing these, monitoring these backups. Usually very expensive, includes a lot of bandwidth. We're talking 200 plus 200 to 1,000 users, not always in the same network. If they're on different networks, how do you manage that? If it's 6 different networks, that's fine. But we have a lot of companies that we work with, like a large marketing firm here in North America specifically. They had 1,000 users on just as many networks, and they had 6 major locations. But again, they have a lot of smaller satellite offices, and they had no way to truly manage a backup solution centrally from the headquarters. Our solution allowed them to do that. So we have your solution as far as what your backup solution looks like. The support that you're going to provide for them, the services as far as test recoveries, management and monitoring of the backups, the software that's included, the hardware that's included. And we don't have to spend too much time on this. I think all of you are aware that hardware backup, as far as large expensive tape drives, very much a declining market. This is one because of the advent of greater infrastructure where online backup becomes greater use, and also better software services that avoid a lot of what the tape backup systems were doing, which was reacting to hardware failure. The managed service market is a preventative market, and basics of any type of project management or control is preventative measures. So this is one of the big reasons why we've seen such a shift in backup solutions. So we have some more stats, and everyone's moving to the cloud. Stats aren't great for direct sales, but they're certainly good to take into consideration when you're putting together various campaigns. Stats have been shown to just kind of confuse people. They get glazed over. They don't pay attention. A lot of people also don't trust statistics. But if you are subscribing to good journals and you get good information, it'll certainly help you accelerate your business in these models. Here we have some comparisons of tape backup versus hardware backup. Different requirements as far as what type of deployment strategy you have in place versus the management, both hard and soft costs of going with hardware backup solutions versus online backup. And again, it's not about replacing local backup solutions or strategies. It's about changing the scope of both so that you really have the most cost-effective solution in place as you can. All right, so again, just kind of looking over the backup industry, it is growing rapidly, so it's good that you're getting into this now. The rebranded program is terrific, and really the interesting topic that you have is providing a full backup solution. So start thinking about catch-alls as far as who would need this, who would need that, and being able to scale it across the board. Also, it's a good idea to create industry-specific solutions. Generally, it's not even that different from one another, but you just emphasize the security points. So you would say, here's our basic accounting backup solution. Why is it accounting specific? Well, it has a SAS 70 Type 2 audited backup solution in place. Okay, great. Well, why is this one medical specific? Well, this one is HIPAA compliant. And they're generally the same services, but it's the perception and the marketing behind the specialty and that I understand what this industry needs that will help you become successful. Again, just showing that the market is moving very quickly, so it's good to be getting in now versus later. And again, the consumer market just had 60 to 80 million between two companies of marketing go out to the, and so it's become very commoditized. The small business managed backup solution is still very much an open market. Of course, information is growing. You can buy 15 megapixel cameras for $100. Even in film and television, you can now buy cameras that capture 4K quality film or film content, and you can buy that camera for less than $20,000. So the creation of data is just booming and expanding rapidly. So as you look at models where you have average data use per user, you have to assume that this is going to grow, and that's where a big failure on a lot of the competition is seen. One of the things we saw was Mozy deactivating or discontinuing their unlimited plan. This is exactly the reason why. It's because there wasn't a look into the future of, well, what about when these people start having 20, 30 gigs just in pictures? And it's just keeping that in mind, which is why our model of basing on the price per gig, when you're talking about management services, doing the cost per user, is your best bet. So we have 4 pillars of service here. We have protect, meaning backing up of your information; access, how flexible it is to get to your information, how easy it is to share as well. And then we recently added manage. Manage is a very important part of providing a management solution, and the tool to do that is called Pulse. Pulse allows you to, from the cloud, monitor, manage by putting out different policies, the policy being a backup set and a schedule. So from the cloud, you can see what users are doing with their backups. If they failed, you have exception reporting. You can do log evaluation from the cloud, and it makes it a very simple and doable solution when you're talking about, let's say, laptop fleets or anything like that. We have some clips here from our website: best of breed, technology, continuous data protection, unlimited computers. Really, the unlimited machines is a great flexible part of the service. So if you have specific users and they have multiple machines they work on, it's not a problem for them to do that. Unlimited machines, as far as how your pricing, is different, though, because you want to be able to account for how much time you think you'd be managing any type of software solution on a machine basis. So to this time, do we have any questions about what the solution looks like, how you might integrate this into the program? I have a couple questions about Pulse. The Pulse tool, again, is a agent-based tool where you install it alongside the backup program for each of your machines that you're monitoring and managing. Pulse allows for a very easy-to-use, flexible console where you can set policies for different deployments. So your deployment would be a combination of a username and a machine name. So a common setup would be to have one account that's on a number of machines that you monitor and manage, and then maybe each user has their own, or each machine has their own specific account that runs more frequently. And this provides you a better level of kind of the belt and suspenders approach to backup.
Hello, everybody. This is Brett Richmond. I'm actually the team leader of Partner Sales. I want to answer Richard's question in regards to the slides being available. Of course, we will definitely make these available to you following the presentation. I would recommend as well, which I'm sure Derek has already hit on, to call into the SOS 800 number or to the direct number and schedule a time to speak with your partner specialist so he can actually drill through a specific ROI model with you. If it's industry related, whether you're going across the medical, finance, accounting, any one of those industries, so they can fine-tune an ROI spreadsheet for you and talk about the scalability of this proposition. I think at that point in time, you guys will get a better sense of the comfort level of this, and you will see the true value from a more detailed account. As far as the next question, George, So is there an agent on each PC and server? Well, part of full business continuity, George, that we recommend is having the ability to not only back up every machine, but also recover to each machine as a means for expediting the recovery process. Now, if everything is actually pointed to the server, yeah, maybe the server is the only system that needs to be backed up. But in implementing a full disaster recovery solution, you'd like to have the flexibility of installing that solution on every machine that you can at no extra cost. So we're going to give you that ability. Now, do you need to go node to node and back everyone up? No, sir. But do you have that opportunity for not only individual backup and for recovery purposes? Yes. So that's totally a case-by-case scenario you'll approach. Any other questions? Take advantage of them while you have it right now.
One of the things that we've also relaunched recently as part of our partner program is a streamlined billing API integration. So we saw that a lot of our partners were taking quite a bit of time and effort behind putting together a website to come off as a substantial provider of online backup services. What we've done this last quarter was we've made that available to you. So one, the work is already done. We have 3 different packages. It's called the Web Integration Package, and it allows you for passive sales to your customers, gives you same administrative powers as our standard systems do, except it's all under one site, so you don't have to go to a partner portal and then a My Account system to do the same thing. We also integrate the support system into the administrative side so that you can escalate support tickets right to our staff. The Premier package also includes HTML email functionality for emailing groups of your existing clients. So if you wanted to launch certain campaigns as far as contacting accounts that have been signed for, say, 90 days and then see about upselling them on greater packages, then you could do that. It also has a custom support system built into it. So if you don't already have a support system and you do everything by email, this will allow you a much more organized way of operating, especially having the ability to have passive sales in your website. Many partners don't typically do that, but I'm sure a lot of you have experience going into businesses. You have people come up and they ask, one-off questions about different services for their home machines. Well, this allows you to have kind of a leave behind, hey, I have these help desk services, or I have this online backup service that you can go get from my website. And that's just another way to generate some additional revenue that maybe you weren't set up to take before. So as Brett was saying, call into the general 800 number, and we'll be able to answer all of those questions.
And once again, I'm sure Derek has already stated this, but not to beat you to death with the concept, but why SOS as opposed to any other company out there? What we're trying to do is allow you to integrate another tool to your current offering and do it without consuming a big portion of your day. We all know there's no 25th hour in the day with IT, and the biggest hurdle for most of my partners coming on is the amount of time it's going to take to implement this. We feel like we've provided a product for you, full business in a box, that allows you to deliver this with very little time invested. It's a great utility. It's a great source of recurring revenue. The retention rate is very, very high with this product. And it's also going to introduce those customers to your core business, ones that hadn't seen it before. So we feel this is a very symbiotic tool with your current core offering. We'll hope that you'll take the time to maybe look at it in more detail when you have a moment. Feel free to call. We've got partner specialists waiting on the phone right now for you to call in and talk you through the process. So we're looking forward to that. Any further questions?
All right, well, that'll sum it up for us today. So again, you have the general line on the screen here that you can call in. And also call in for the Kindle, as that's part of your attendance participation. You're all entered into a drawing for a free Kindle.